The same taxpayers who voted to legalize recreational marijuana in South Dakota are now paying to fight it in the state's highest court.
54% of South Dakota voters approved Amendment A in the November election, but Governor Noem is adamantly against it. Her Highway Patrol Superintendent, Colonel Rick Miller, brought a lawsuit against the amendment. A circuit court judge ruled that Amendment A violated the state constitution. Well, now at the end of this month, it heads to the state's highest court. Who's footing the legal bill in tonight's Your Money Matters? When Amendment A was first argued in circuit court, South Dakota taxpayers were funding both sides of the legal battle. The state attorney general's office was defending the new state law approved by voters, while the Redstone law firm, a group of private attorneys out of Sioux Falls, argued the case on behalf of Colonel Miller. Ian Feary, Governor Kristi Noem's communications director, says the Redstone law firm will be paid out of the state's extraordinary litigation fund. 3 Redstone attorneys are also working to build the Supreme Court case. Feary says the state has not yet received a bill for the hours the private law firm has spent on the case.
Preparing for the argument is the last step in the process after you've done all the brief writing, all of that type of stuff. The writing and the understanding of the issues really takes a lot more time than actually preparing for the argument in front of the justices.
Sioux Falls attorney Clint Sargent has argued many cases in the state Supreme Court. He says there are too many variables to accurately estimate how many hours a law firm might spend on a case, but preparing the briefs and paperwork take the most billable time. The Redstone law firm has already filed dozens of pages of court documents to the state Supreme Court. Now comes the time to prepare their 20 minutes of oral arguments on April 28th.
When you're preparing for a Supreme Court argument, what most lawyers are hoping for is that the justices ask them questions. So you're actually trying to prepare for what may be unexpected.
Preparation time adding to the bill for South Dakota taxpayers. Now, the Attorney General's office is not involved in the Supreme Court appeal. Attorneys representing South Dakotans for better marijuana laws say they have already spent more than $100,000 defending the voter-approved amendment in court. The private group is now fundraising hundreds of thousands of dollars to support their side of the Supreme Court case. And they say, unlike Governor Noem, they don't have a blank check from the state.